Welcome to today's Seidokan Saturday. So I mentioned last week that Chinto, more than most of our other kata, has a lot of joint locks in it. And typically when we're doing locks in a kata or holds or joint restraints, it's shown by moving in a more slow motion type of fashion. And so at the beginning, when we have this move, right, then we do the explosive part, which is the throwing and the pulling the guy around. The other one where we come across here and then strike in and turn. So there are a lot of overt locks and the cross blocks that we have in both directions. There are a lot of interpretations and meanings. And I used to have a little paddle I have in the house now, a little canoe paddle that I bought at a little curio shop on a tourist stop. And I would teach a bunkai and then say, this is what this move does. And then I'd grab my little paddle and go, or, and then I'd do another technique to the same thing. And so it's important to explore and examine. You'll find ones you like more or less, but just as an example, on a street punch on the first technique, we come over here, and then in the kata we come around and over here. Now I would grab. This could become elbow lock, could become wrist break, could turn into another wrist break with my turn and throw in my tweety. So we could make it a lot of things. The initial movement, one, grab, turn. Here I can just take the hand, bend backwards with both hands and press just elbow to elbow. I can come all the way in, put it in my armpit, make that tight. And by squeezing my armpit, it's similar to when you're doing arm bars on the floor. One of the keys that a good instructor will emphasize when you're doing an arm bar on your back on the floor, jiu-jitsu style, is you squeeze the arm between your legs. I don't want my legs apart and then just try to lift my hips into the elbow. I want to squeeze it. So here I could just push down on the elbow. What do you feel? Okay. Now I'm going to grip it tight. Now what do you feel? Okay, so if I bring my armpit tight here, and then I'm rotating, see, this hand is going this way, like a steering wheel. So I grip this tight, move this like a steering wheel, and I'm trying to push his first two fingers, pointer man and tall man, right down to his temple, and that happens very quickly. From here, again, I have this. I can bring it right into my throw, pivot and throw. I can take that lock. I can step back and make it nikyo, which is the side pressure here, coming in with a kick. And all of those things are demonstrated in the kata Chinto, just as an example. Now, instead of coming one and then the other, we can also come up both at the same time. So I come both at the same time. Now, instead of taking the wrist, because I haven't come over and grabbed it, I'm underneath this time. As I roll, I can still pressure here. Now I have back pressure on the hand. Or right into the strike here. Now the next move in the kata after the strike is a punch. I can finish just with a straight punch, but then I've let go of the advantage that I had here. So after I block, I roll in and strike, boom. Now again, I have, this would have been this represents my punch. Now we have the turn and downward cross blocks. And there we have the cross block, and I have it in the wrist locking joint. So those are just a couple of ideas. There are more to explore. We could take, and I don't recommend this one, but I've seen it done this way. Let's go, Magedi. He kicks, boom. Well, now my hands are down and there's my face. That's a really bad idea. But in the kata, we don't just do one. We do one and then we turn and do another one in the opposite direction. So here, as I block, I'm going to capture and turn. Now, again, I can roll my hand over to the ankle, press it to the knee, and then here's my cross block. Break the foot, break the ankle right there. Okay. Alternatively, if I don't want to throw, once I've blocked, I can just pull him past. And by pulling him away, now his most likely instinct if he's a fighter, is to continue, exactly. See, he is a fighter, good. I like it, okay? So he's probably gonna turn. I block this and pull. He's gonna turn, that's okay. I'm ready for it here. Now I have my controls again, okay? Our elbow break, chin is pulled back. Here, let's scoot up a little bit so you can see. Right there, back of my hand pulling his chin, here. Take it down. Oh no, he fell on his elbow. Now I have complete control pretty much. Kick me. Good, kick me. Okay. Takes very little pressure to remove his desire. And I wouldn't try to hold somebody in that position. If it comes to that, I'm just going to break the arm and walk away rather than stand here and try and hold him while he struggles. That's waste of energy. Okay? So from the other side, same idea. My arms are up. I'm inviting the kick. He kicks. I pull it past. He spins. My block is already here because I knew that was coming. Pull the chin, pull the arm. Take it down. Finish as desired. Okay. And back away. Other things we can do with the cross block. We can go from the high to the low. So if he's grabbed me, he's going to do whatever he's going to do, I don't know. I'm going to come in here. So I've created a frame stopping his punch. I'm coming into his collar. Boom, chokehold. Step through, pivot. Taking him into a juji gatame, cross choke. That's if he has a jacket, or if the t-shirt's really light and it rips, then I just turn that into a punch. Or elbow punch, headlock, whatever I'm going to do at that point. So there are a lot of applications to that. Now, one of the most overt, and all of those could also have come from wrist grabs, right? So this opening move, he could have a cross-hand wrist where he's going to punch me here. That's where I'm coming around. Then I come over. Same exact technique that we did earlier. Okay, just on the wrist grab. Those are just a few ideas, spitballing in the wind here. Just things that we've done in class or through the last 50 years of martial arts, of different Tweedian moves that I spot within applications of Chinto on the more obvious grabbing. And then of course we have the jump kick and the down to the ground punch as a finish. So it does show us those things. Okay, that's it for Chinto. Thanks for joining. Like, share, subscribe. Get others to come in, make your comments, leave videos, chat clips of other things, ideas that you have. And until next week, most importantly, as always, let's keep practicing.